storyline throughout, and she had a beef with Carlton because Carlton like hemmed her ass up like a nigga.
That shit was funny.
She caught that
You're
nigga.
not gonna say a goddamn thing. Carlton got hella mad.
That nigga turned into Ike Turner so fast. That nigga said,
I like how
Xanax.
I like how they used they kind of, it was reminiscent of how Carlton got the dance at the prom on the regular Fresh Prince.
Right.
He was in the locker, but she walked up, was like, "Here's your cards." And nigga said it was just Xanax. Just it's a lot of pressure. She's like, "That's not Xanax." That nigga
it's stupid. It's like, you can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody about this. Ashley's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He yanked her up so hard. I'm like, damn.
No, because she was like, no, I can't keep this to myself. He grabbed her arm and said, "You're not gonna say a goddamn thing."
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Disclaimer. Like I said, every fucking episode, we don't care if we liked it or not. We still watch your shit, and congratulations to you. We support you, and shout outs to you, nigga, because you made it. We don't know you. We're watching this. Your movie. Anybody around the world can watch your shit. You made it, my nigga. You famous. You good.
Just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. Hello.
We back.
We are back for another one. We're back to wrap up Bel-Air.
Yeah, because at first we decided to, remove ourselves from the show because shit, we didn't think nobody was watching that motherfucker or watching us.
No. Nobody watched us watching that. So we was like, fuck it. We still watch it, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Right.
Got
some comments though.
Yeah. We got some comments, and it just happened to be over. So maybe that's why we got comments, but we'll read those comments and we'll review the ending of the show.
Yeah. So we're just gonna wrap it up for y'all. So no full recap, but we'll kind of go through what happened those last 4 episodes. So before we do that, let me read these comments from Jess N. King. She said 2 things. This is for episode 1, actually. She went back. She said 2 things can be right. The saying goes, Lou wants money, and it doesn't even make an effort to reach out to his son, period. I'm like, who is Lou? But
yeah, that's daddy.
Lou's daddy. I'm thinking like Lou from Snowfall. I'm like, oh, she on the wrong one.
But no, because I think in that episode we was talking about why Lou came back into his life.
Yeah, it registered. And the last comment was on episode 3. She said, "Oh my God, I laughed in real life when you said it was one black teacher, but you said black teachers matter." Dead. We appreciate you.
That stupid ass banner episode.
Yeah. Get your ass off the roof.
That was funny. There you go. But overall, I say it's still a good show.
Yeah, I fuck with the show heavy. It was like it's like one of them things I felt like last season it was more series. And this, I think you were the one who said it too. It's like more of a sitcom now. Like every episode just feels like they just choosing what to talk about. You know?
Yeah, it's not even a sitcom. It's the drama everybody goes to. Like I think we compared it to All American. Like it's the quick drama, the in and out drama. It'd be like drama for today, but then tomorrow we on to something else.
Right. Yeah. Because like they had the same storyline for the most part, but they would kind of switch a few things up in the middle to make it feel like it wasn't like a series. That's just to me. Because when I was watching this episode that we were about to talk about, the episode 6, like the whole episode was about a family reunion for the most part.
Yeah.
That was wasn't it like didn't Phil have a problem with Bill Bellamy? It was like his brother, like they kind of had like a little, sibling rivalry situation.
It was competition. It was all competitive. I mean, that's what siblings do. It's the who's I don't know who's on top, who's the representative of the family. It was just like being the big dog in the family.
Right. It kind of reminded me of Johnson Family Vacation.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's funny because it's Johnson's Family Vacation. It's Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. All of those. Every movie does that. It's the sibling rivalry.
Right. He comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, we ain't gonna see him again. They just needed. They just got the little name for the day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a son that was pretty much in competition with Carlton.
Right. But the difference was he didn't support his son. He kind of dogged his son.
Yeah.
Everything he did, he was kind of on his ass about everything.
Yeah. That's
one thing. A thing that bothers me about this episode. I don't like sometimes when they do the Will Smith as Jesus Christ. It was like it was like so that it was a big secret they kept like hiding, like Jeffrey's son, we don't really talk about that, it's a big secret. End of the episode, Will walks up to Uncle Phil and is like, yeah, so everybody's family, right? So maybe we should look out for Jeffrey. And it was like just that fast they decided, hey man, fuck the past, fuck the reason why we're hiding him. Yeah, let's bring him back in Jeffrey's life because Will said it.
Yeah. You know, he is the leader of the show pretty much, and whatever he says goes, or not even what he says goes. More of like, just like you said, he has to be the savior for everything because they could have been did that shit a long time ago.
But it took one sentence from him. It's like because Carlton, it was like we don't say that name, like we don't even talk about that situation. Remember, Carlton was like, yeah, we don't discuss that. It's like off limits, but Will can say they're doing the slow dance, and they like, yeah.
Will it change your religion?
Yeah.
And that's like, yo, this Christianity stuff, I don't think it's gonna work out. You was right. I only can remember a few things from this episode because I saw it so long ago. Other than like, I remember it was that Will was he went from not wanting to take the Founders Award or to kind of like off of it to like now like I want to be in the runnings for that Founders Award.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like and at first Carlton accepted it. Like Carlton was kind of upset, but he's like, whatever, competition is competition.
Yeah.
And we saw that Hillary's punk ass brings the football nigga to the family reunion. Like we had a long discussion about what we would have did at that situation at the art museum, and this is exactly why I said I would have fucking ignored her punk ass. Yeah, like this is why I said it was disrespectful. It's you trying to play it off like I don't really care about him like that no more. You just invite him to the fucking family reunion.
Yeah, you was right about that one because that was like, I don't know, it was like disrespect because were they broken up? No, they weren't broken up yet.
They wasn't broken up.
They were still kind of like going through their little, back and forth. But the fact that she brought him there, knowing that the family fuck with him was
Well, you know what? She didn't invite him, but at the same time, like tell him like you got to check his ass. Like, nigga, you ain't here for me. My daddy invited you.
It was the dad. Oh yeah, shit. He never really liked Jazz. Well, not like Jazz, but he didn't think Jazz was good enough for his daughter in the first place.
Yeah, pretty much. That's always been his thing. Like, I mean, that's a lot of daddies had that the status thing. Like, who could take care of my daughter?
Daddy was like, let me dangle this rich nigga in front of you right quick, a couple more times, and see if you change your mind. It worked.
Like as fuck.
Yeah. Ashley's still not really a part of the show on some of these episodes. I be feeling like they give her a little bit of dialogue. Like I think it was that old man that was there. He didn't talk to nobody. She was like, "You want some cookies?"
Uncle Otis, give me another plate, and I'll tell you every story you want to know.
The butter's on me. So they ended up having a little relationship at the end. So that was her story. She got Uncle Otis out of his slump. Just like, it was next time you order some popcorn, the butter's on me. Like, Grady looking ass. It was something at the end. I remember that episode with him. I think he was somebody and nobody gave a fuck. Like, wasn't he like
he was like a war vet and all kind of shit for the Negro Leagues or some shit like that. Some shit, man. He was like the Negro something. But Ashley was the only one that can get it out of him because she brought him a plate of cookies. He shouldn't be eating that at his age.
Oh shit! It's just like
He shouldn't be eating that.
pass me 2 or 3 of them cookies, and I'll tell you everything you want. What was that uncle? What was the uncle in Soul Food?
Uncle Pete.
Uncle Pete. He was slide the food under the table. I mean, under the door for that nigga.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Y'all know Daddy used to raise hogs. We used to bid and grind them.
Oh man.
Anyway,
so pretty much this.
Take them in the back room and make sausages.
Pretty much. That sums up this episode. It's a family, basically.
Yeah. So that's what I meant when it was like they created like what was that, like a concept for the episode versus kind of taking off where it left off, what was going on. It's like they kind of threw it in there a little bit, but the episode was pretty much about that rivalry for a little bit. From what it was, it wasn't even a big rivalry because they was friends at the end of the, at the end of the episode, him and Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the next?
The next episode was called Under Pressure. It was about, it says the external dilemmas Carlton and Will threw Carlton and Will off track to prevent them fully from preparing for the Founders Award. I can't fully remember what that one was about. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I can't either. I want to say Will was that the episode where they was giving a presentation? The dude put out the nigga video.
Possibly that could have been the one. I know that was definitely the one where Jazz took Hillary out on a date and his car declined.
It's money on there.
Just like, no, run that again. Like in that situation, you just got to take the L, bro. Like, just be like, all right, I'm gonna pay you when we get back home. I don't know what's going on, cause like,
yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know. I mean, because some niggas is prideful, but it's like, there's nothing you can do about it in this moment. Like, especially if you know you ain't lying. Like, okay, when we get out, I'm gonna go to the ATM and get you your money back. But for that moment, you can't. Or Zelle, nigga, this is 2022.
I'm saying they act like this was back in the 90s again with the real Will Smith, to where they had to take out the box phone or something.
Yeah, Zelle, the fucking Venmo it. He could have got the money back to her. It don't matter. Fucking it's paid for, and she ain't tripping like that. But I like he said later on, he said in another episode, he felt like she was too good for him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it because I don't know if I would have acted like he did, but when it came to that situation, because it's like, hey, just let her take care of the bill, pay for it, because to embarrass yourself, because I feel like he embarrassed like the table.
Yeah, he made a scene.
Yeah, it's just like, nah, run that one again, or use this card. Like, nah, like let her rich ass take care of it and then give her the money back. You know what I mean? Or do something else for her on another day, whatever. Like, but she wasn't. It didn't seem like she was searching for that.
No, she wasn't.
Even though she's like was raised to have a lot of things, she wasn't with Jazz for money. Or to like,
definitely not, nigga. Like, definitely, she know he got his own business and got money, but she was not with him for his money.
You know what I'm saying? They got his own record store, like a lot of, what I mean? Like, and what I don't know how much he made from it, you know what I mean, or how much money he had, but the dude had an old school. He had a nice spot that shit. Even Will stayed in for a little while, so he had space enough. To make something happen for himself. But yeah, I guess that just was what it was with them. But yeah, that episode is a blur. I just know that happened.
And I know that happened. They went back to her house, and then they broke up because he couldn't handle the fact that she paid for the money, and then he was like, he's like, he was harder on himself than she was.
Right. Yeah. So at that point, it was like the guy Aldridge. It was all his at that point.
Was that the same episode Carlton got the cocaine again for the first time?
Yep, it was either that, because I don't know if it was a family reunion episode, but I think he sniffed on that. Remember, I think I sent you that picture.
Yeah.
Doing that, yeah, yo.
I think he got it. I think it was that episode because they were supposed to do the speeches or whatever. The nigga video got out. And white dude slipped in the cocaine. Like, we ain't friends, but here.
Yeah.
Some shit. That shit is a blur to me too. I kind of feel like that's what happened though. Will trying to run around to balance everything. Carlton's dealing with that. And at the end, we see him put the cocaine in his dresser.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we watched all of these episodes, but we stopped reviewing them because nobody was watching. But if you want us to review them, hey, let us know. We'll put the full content out there because we saw it. It was just weeks ago.
It was a while ago. It felt like it was a long time ago.
It was early April.
Shit. What's the other next episode?
Next episode is episode 8. This is when well, for sure when Carlton and his buddy well, no, they hadn't even got to that point because we're not on 9. This is when Will started falling off from the team because he realized what happened, or realized that Doc was, pretty much getting money from the players or something like that. It was more of like I don't know if he wasn't I was about to say bribing. He wasn't stealing money from the players, but he was just getting his off the top. Like, he had a partner named Lorenzo, and they both had the business together, and they were kind of dirty, but like I guess Doc didn't want to be dirty anymore for the most part. I think that,
but we don't know that by this episode. We feel like he just because Will was kicking it with, was that this episode or the episode before? Will was kicking it with 2 of the players. They finally like accepting him, and then they get to that party, and that's where Doc's niece is like drunk as fuck.
Yeah, and he took her. He had took her to the house or whatever after that, and then he talked to him outside about just, he didn't tell him everything yet, but kind of gave him and Will that moment. You know what I mean? It was just like, man, like Will looked up to everybody like a father figure because his father ain't shit. So it was like when he finally meet a guy that looked like he's about something, like that's when you can tell in the series to where it's gonna go left, to where it's like get real close with you. Just like, oh yeah, somebody's gonna disappoint him.
This bond ain't real.
Right.
Also, I still so back to the episode we was talking about. The dude is off the team out of nowhere.
Yeah, the guy, I think his name was Brian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I still don't know why he's off the team.
Well, at the end, you learn that he's off the team. Well, I think the 9th episode, you learn that he's off the team because of what was happening with Doc. Like, he realized that Doc wasn't what he's like. Doc ain't what you think he is.
Mm-hmm. But like, Doc also said, like, nigga, you can't leave this team or your ass is out.
Right. Yeah.
Because I remember he was saying like, oh, I got accepted to somewhere and this, and this. He was like, at the party, he was talking about how he was moving up or some shit. And then all of a sudden he was just gone. And then he shows up to pick up his shit and Will like, tell me what happened. Doc ain't who you think he is. Okay, so why aren't you on the team? Like still tell me what the fuck's going on.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure way more things happened that episode, but like the only thing that's fresh in my mind is when Doc is explaining him, like pretty much Doc needs Uncle Phil to help him out of this situation. Like, he needs a lawyer's help to help him get Lorenzo out of this deal, and just so he can.
That was episode 9.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember episode 8 like that.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit either, man.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. That was it came out April 13th. That's the 29th.
I don't remember that shit either. I just remember bits and pieces. I remember Will kicking it with them, talking to Doc. She's drunk, take her home. I think Lisa's dad was having a baby.
That might have been episode 9.
Well, that wasn't 8. No, that had to be 8. Because Lisa's dad was having the baby. Will shows up, but he's supposed to pick her up after work. But instead of texting her, hey, something came up, he just keeps stringing her along like, I'm running late.
That's a cold nigga.
He's a dumb nigga. It's like you're doing that for, there was absolutely no reason for that. Hey, I'm running late. Hey, then she's blowing him up. He's not replying. Like, you're the dumbest nigga ever. It don't make no sense to do that.
He's with the devil. That's why. When you with the devil take you away from was right.
Hey, I thought I was right too when Carlton gave her that whatever he gave her. And she was like, Carlton, we're still just friends.
Curve the fuck out of that nigga every time, bro. Every time.
The Hawaiian nigga was not feeling that.
Yeah.
Man.
Telling you, dude, it's very much so a blur. I think we need to just wrap it up.
Yeah,
wrap
just
up.
get to 9 and 10 or 10.
Yeah, wrap up the things that happened with these last couple episodes because
Right.
I don't.
So I'm gonna blend 9 to 10 because I don't remember which one is which. But Hillary decides to go to dude's fucking penthouse to kick it with him. He's doing everything. Like this nigga can't say a sentence without saying, "Hey, I want to fuck." That's pretty much every sentence he says to her. I remember this. I'm gonna do everything I can to get you back. I bought you a billboard. It's over there if you want to look out the window. I do all of this for you.
That's
Hey,
rich people shit right there, boy. Because a billboard, that shit ain't cheap. And they nigga had that shit on like the biggest block in LA, pretty much. Like, yeah, I got you one on Sunset Boulevard. It was like, all right, bro. Hey, it's what I told you. Like, I'm doing this shit for real. Like, no, like pretty much he was telling her, it's like, we're just friends, but I'm trying to fuck. Like,
yeah,
I know you're in a
he
relationship.
never said we're just friends.
Right.
He never said we're just friends.
I know you're in a relationship and all, but nigga sound like Silk the Shocker from the Moving On. I know you got a man and all.
Between my way. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But Hillary just I think she was goofy as fuck like the last 2 episodes. She was pissing me off.
Yeah, she was kind of going back and forth. I mean, granted, Jazz did, do what he did. Like he pretty much, he fell for the whole, man, she better than me, so I can't have this woman. You know what I mean? I think he kind of messed that up and was that one day. I mean, I think it was the day of his party. You know what I mean? Like he was sending out bat signals on the on Instagram, trying to get her attention. And then when she finally came, like he wasn't paying attention. He was dancing with 2 chicks. But he also didn't come to her little football thing in the backyard. A little
I wouldn't have came to that shit either.
Unisex football game.
I wouldn't have came to that shit either. Because literally, like I said on the last episode we recorded, Hillary not closing the door on that nigga is a problem. That I said that's why I would be pissed off about him showing up because they never officially broke up. He never did nothing wrong to where they broke up. He just moved.
Yeah.
So that door was still open, even though she's like, "No, I'm over. That was a long time ago." No, you never closed that door though, and you smiling and giggling in his face while I'm here. So when I'm not here, I can imagine the shit you doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fuck that situation. That's why I said Hillary goofy. Like you should have told Jazz, yeah, I still got feelings for this nigga. Like you shouldn't even try to keep that door open with Jazz, knowing you still got feelings for this nigga because you clearly do. You go into his fucking house. There's no reason for you to be over there, but you over there. You know this nigga ain't lied to your face. The nigga keeps saying, "I want you back. I'm gonna do everything I can to get you back." You can't show up and be like, "I'm just here as a friend." Get the fuck out of my house then.
Yeah. Her using his house for that football game was just like, and she just kind of hanging around in booty shorts all day. It's like, all right, hey, just imagine you pulling up to your girl, her little event. She got on the booty shorts at her ex-man's crib.
Right. I'm supposed to be chilling, right? I'm supposed to come in like, nice house, brother.
Good thing.
You got me fucked up.
I'm stealing something in the house. I'm just like, I don't like it.
I'm bringing the homies.
With the homies.
I brought a couple of my friends. Is it cool?
Steve Oak and just like, yeah, no, y'all have a field day in this motherfucker.
No, fuck that whole situation. Ashley ain't been doing shit but saying I'm gay.
She found her little white friend that was wearing a rainbow pin, and she was just like, oh, like that's you, so that's me. We good now. At first they had a little beef. They're supposed to do a project. I don't know what school is like this, but it's like, hey, y'all need to build a robot for the school project. They don't give you no instructions. It's like, yeah, here's some pieces. Build a robot that cleans up or does something that you need. I'm like,
it's a robotics class, all right? It wasn't a robotics class?
I have no idea. It just seemed real strange. It might have been. I might have just I might have missed that part. But the fact that they were like, yeah, go build a robot at the crib.
Right. Because and it's funny how they did it. Because that's the same white girl we thought told on the teacher. But then she's like, no, I didn't tell her. She was my favorite teacher. She was just giving you more attention. Like, so we supposed to believe that's what actually happened?
Yeah, she lied.
Yeah. But it was just to set up the show. Okay, she found another girl that's gay too. Mm-hmm. I feel like they just used Ashley's character for that. They didn't really give her a story.
Yeah, we said that in the beginning though. It's like
Yeah.
that. Like once we realized that she was going to be, well, whatever she identifies as, because she didn't really say.
She
Or
said it.
did she say she was bi, or did she say she was just straight gay?
She said she was gay. When Hillary's like, "Hey, I know you're only 13, but put on these booty shorts so we can play this football game." Remember, there was like they needed another one. It's a bunch of grown ass women, but I got my little sisters here who's fucking 12. She could put on the booty shorts and play football with us. She said something about because she identified what she was right there. She was like, "I can't be a some woman wearing." I don't want to mess up the terms because
I don't know if she said gay. She might have said like gender fluid or something like that. But
no, she said gay.
She said gay. I don't know. I do remember that, her putting on that and playing the game. Yeah, so that was her. That was pretty much her storyline throughout. And she had a beef with Carlton because Carlton like hemmed her ass up like a nigga.
That shit was funny.
She caught that
You're
nigga.
not gonna say a goddamn thing. Carlton got hell.
That nigga turned into Ike Turner so fast. That nigga said,
I like how
Xanax.
I like how they used they kind of, it was reminiscent of how Carlton got the dance at the prom on the regular Fresh Prince.
Right.
He was in the locker, but she walked up and was like, "Here's your cards." And nigga said it was just Xanax. Just it's a lot of pressure. You're like, that's not Xanax. And
it's stupid. It's like, you can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody about this. Ashley's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He yanked her up so hard. I'm like, damn.
No, because she was like, no, I can't keep this to myself. He grabbed her arm and said, "You're not gonna say a goddamn thing." I was like, Carlton flew down.
Yeah, her
Uncle Phil would have put them hands and feet on her if he'd have walked in that hallway. Like, nigga, you crazy?
Oh God. And I don't think they talked about that ending the season really, or what happened, because she didn't really forgive him yet. She kind of walked away from that nigga because she had just not accepted him, but gave him some love because she had gave Will love, like, hey, thanks for helping me, whatever.
Black teachers matter.
Right, and then Carlton, well, you could tell he was looking super like, oh shit, you cool with Will just like everybody else, ain't nobody giving me no card. And her car, like, finally acknowledging her brother is a help in her life, and that nigga
she said
ruined it.
Hero,
ruined
our hero.
Yeah, now that's coming up again, just like you yanked me up in the hallway like a nigga. That's coming up for sure. And then the family gonna find out, you put your hands on Ashley.
So he wasn't just doing, so just to go back to Carlton's character, he didn't just do cocaine. This nigga went on a whole binge in a dirty ass neighborhood doing all of the drugs.
Yeah, he did. That day he was with Connor. They I don't know, pulled up to some dude's house, and Carlton decided to, hey, I'm gonna go ham. Like, we crushing,
I'm doing everything.
We crushing pills, we taking beer, we taking shots. I'm just like, yo, this nigga, man, is this what I know this, depression is a motherfucker, but that day what happened that day that made him want to do that? I think he just saw Connor in the parking lot.
No, there was it like led up to it. That was because he was out of the cocaine that Connor gave him.
Right.
And then Connor, he was like, "You have any more?" And Connor was like, "I could take you to get some."
Yeah, that episode was weird because you do all of that and you wake up in some stranger's house and call your mama and then tell her the laziest story. Like, hey, I had to walk to my car. I didn't know where I was at. I think it's the medicine. What?
Hey.
Like, what black mom believe that?
Not mine. I be feeling like when Jeffrey be talking to him, like, he gonna whoop his ass. Like, Jeffrey was talking to him, like, dude, for minutes, like, you done fucked up, right? And he was like, yeah, we found your car is about 25 miles away from where she picked you up.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, right? You had a good little journey, didn't you?
Right. I thought Jeffrey was gonna down him out at some point because it's like he wasn't in, like, he knew something was wrong. Like, the parents don't know shit, but Jeffrey was just looking at that nigga like, nigga, I'm a CIA agent. Nigga. I know a druggie when I see one, nigga.
Jeffrey want to whoop his ass. I told you, Jeffrey want to put his hands on him.
Yeah. Like, they're gonna have to really, well, they're not gonna do it, but Jeffrey's character is starting to just be a little bit too much. And nigga, anytime something happens, I look into it. You ain't even got the details, man. Hey, what you talking about? You gonna look into something? It's like
I,
I'll look into it.
I need to see an episode where Jeffrey actually whoops somebody's ass because I feel like he can, but
Yeah.
they don't ever let him get there. It'd be close, but he don't ever get there.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey gonna strip down chest naked and beat somebody up one day and was just like, oh, y'all didn't know who I was.
No, brother. I don't think we're done yet.
Ain't no nigga in a full suit, no scarf gonna stop me at the door.
That nigga take the suit off calmly. You know, he adjusts the suit and shit. Hanging on the. I don't think we're quite finished yet.
And then you got an ascot around your neck. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck away from me, bro. That nigga had them niggas sewed up. Another part of Jeffrey, since we just going off, I feel like going off of characters is easier because we're wrapping shit up. He's been getting like calls to his phone, you know what I mean? And,
after what before that, his son came to visit. So his son finally came out to see him.
We never wrapped that part up,
Nope.
last episodes. Yeah, that did happen. He meets up with his son finally because of all thanks to Will.
Yeah, because Will said it, so they did it.
Yeah, so he comes out there and he realized the life that he's living and a life that he don't really know his father like that. So of course he ain't giving him the same cold shoulder that because it's funny how they're lining things up with the real Bel-Air, because I think his name was Frederick in the real Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah, it was Frederick,
and he was like stealing money or something.
He was stealing shit from him.
So I thought that was gonna happen this time, but it didn't. It was more of like he just wasn't. He didn't know Jeffrey, so he couldn't relate to nothing that he had going on. He was like, "This is your family."
Okay." So this is the thing, though. So so in the original one, Jeffrey wasn't as well off as this Jeffrey was. It seemed like this Jeffrey got money. So him stealing was like, my father's here, I'm stealing because I still don't have no money. Mm-hmm. So I think they're still doing that, but I think his son is doing the blackmail shit to get more money from them to where he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it's the same thing, but it's like I can extort Jeffrey himself. I don't have to extort them because Jeffrey has money.
Right. So I mean, he it seemed like he was gonna bounce until it was something happened to where he walked out the door and then he came back though. You know what I mean?
Phil.
It was Phil that he talked to him at the door or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he came back and they shot pool and they cool now, I guess.
Until he find out he's behind him trying to extort money.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's it. That's him making them calls. Because Jeffrey said, I'm getting these unknown calls. I track the calls that's coming from over there.
But then you got that picture of him sitting down with his son. So who's that from?
From whoever his son is working with.
That's weird then. So it's like, if you're trying to extort money from your dad and your son is working with him, why are you sending him pictures? Like, it's almost like a threat. Like, threat for what? Like, if his son is involved.
It's not a threat. It's we have your son kidnapped. We need to send this money. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be strange. I don't even feel like they really made that known. They just kind of showed the picture, and that was like the last scene you seen with Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was like
cliffhanger.
Yeah, I thought it was like he used to run with like a clique back then or something like that. I thought they was like, yeah, nigga, we coming for you type shit, like the London Crips or something. Remember he was talking about remember he was like, yeah, I used to run with you know what I mean? Like,
the wrong crowd
back in the day, and his son, he stopped his son from running with the London Crips.
Yeah, he put the word out. So this nigga's powerful because he put the word out, and because Phil was like, you tried to join that gang and they turned you away.
Yeah,
all of that was Jeffrey, nigga. Like all of the money you needed, that was Jeffrey. No. So I think it's an extortion plan.
Okay, I'm gonna be mad if this is like when you see Jeffrey's weakness, because from beginning of the season till like up until now, he's starting to seem a little bit like scared. Like, oh, like, you can't find out what's going on. Like, find out exactly who these people are. He knows from London, but he don't know who.
Yeah. I don't even think, honestly, while I'm talking about it, while we're discussing it, I don't think Frederick wants to extort him, but I think he made a deal with some niggas like, when you get out there, we got this plan.
I can see that happening.
And it's like, because remember when he left and he came back, they shot pool. It's like this whole time he thought his daddy wasn't shit. Up until Phil told him, like, nigga, he did all of this in the background for you. So now it's like, fuck, like I'm trying to cancel this plan and trying to really have a relationship, but the niggas he talked to already said put the shit in motion. Like, no,
Right.
nigga, extorting him for money.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that was pretty much Jeffrey's ending of the episode. That's like you said, they left that as a cliffhanger. And Will and let's talk about Will and Lisa's character together. Because I feel like they're kind of going like this back and forth situation. Because Will, I don't know. First of all, you already know I don't like Lisa. Her
Wait. Before we do that, Will shows up. A couple episodes, Will shows up to Jazz's party. Then the girl, the big teeth girl, shows up. Then he's like, "Yeah, I need to use your apartment to talk to her." And they go upstairs. And she like, "You really want to talk?" So he's like, "All right, we don't got to talk first."
Mhm.
Then he beats him up. Then he talks to her. Then he like, "Get the fuck out."
That was her wrongdoings though. Like she did that shit. Like he went up there and smashed, and then she was like, "Hey, I want to keep it real with you. My uncle is like trying to use your uncle for."
No, he asked her because he was like, first he was like, "I just want to talk to you," because he wanted to talk to her about that, and she was like, "You really want to talk?" And he's like, "All right, fuck it." So then they fuck, but then he was like, "Nigga, it's still on my mind. Like, I know what we did, but I still want to ask you." And then she was like, she didn't want to tell him, but she was just like, "Yeah, I was part of it. Yeah." Then he's like, "Get your ass out."
Hey,
So he got what he wanted.
Fuck it, man. That's like I feel like it's just like how that all American shit is. It's just, everybody kind of is dating everybody. I think the last you've seen of her, she'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back because Doc is still in there.
Right. She'll be back. And like Will is so like I don't know what it is between them two because it's like she keep dipping and dodging with the dude, Hawaiian dude.
Yeah, you talking about Lisa?
Yeah, she keep going back and forth with him. It's like, you catch her holding hands with him until she finds out that he leaked that video from with Carlton saying Carlton's friend saying the N-word.
Yeah.
And then she's back chilling with Carlton for a little while, curving him. And then, her and Will, they're kind of on and off. It's like, okay, we should just be friends. And then before you know it, they're kissing again. And I feel like their relationship is always gonna be like that. I don't know. I don't ever feel like that's gonna be his woman. I think it's gonna be another love interest next season for Will. And then, I'm telling you,
I feel like
somebody else he's talking to, or somebody that or somebody that wants to talk to Will, and Will falls victim to another.
Yeah,
get mad. It's like, I told you I couldn't do this, Will. Told you we should just stay friends.
I don't know. I feel like it's like you said, it's day to day. We together, we ate. We together, we ate. It's day to day because even at one point, Carlton thought he was about to be back with her.
Right. You got to remember. Will Smith's character. Now you're like, remember every woman that he had. Like it was always a different girl. I mean, he wasn't with. Granted, he wasn't with Lisa until like I think the 3rd or 4th season because Lisa came early on this Bel-Air. Like
Yeah, but Lisa was early in the first Bel-Air as somebody else though.
That's true. That's true.
And then she came back later on. It was that. That was it. That was like the last one.
Yeah. That's when they had. That's when you could do that in sitcoms. It's just like didn't I see this motherfucker before? Now they're a main character. She was an extra.
Yeah. Uncle Phil. That's wrapping up. Lisa and Will. I guess Will is just Will. Like it's the same shit with him. But his dad. I think his dad's gonna be back.
Yeah, because he spent that one episode looking at that picture, kind of feeling a certain way. He was like, he's pretty much still my dad. It's like he got more questions and all of that. So you'll see Marlon again.
Yeah, we'll see him again. Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil's. I felt him in the last scene where he was going off because everybody got a problem with him taking care of everybody. It's like even Vivian. It's like you got to understand this man is working to take care of you. That's why he like, I see you stressing off this job shit that you don't need. Like quit the fucking job if you stressing off of it. She like, why won't you support my dreams? It's not what I'm saying. I see you stressing off of this shit. And then when Carlton gives a speech like, I've been doing cocaine, he like, God damn, I gave you everything you needed. Like what? That nigga went off on everybody. I'm sorry I took care of everybody in this motherfucker.
That sounds like some shit I would say, honestly. Like if I was just taking care of people and they were just like, sorry, dad, sorry, I'm not the one that was good enough for you and that I'm not strong enough. I'm like, yo, shut your punk ass up, nigga. Like, I gave you everything, my nigga. Like, I love you just like I love everybody else. Like, shut up, bro. Like, you got
Hey,
all of them. You went to the best schools. You got your room look like people's house.
nigga, you sound like Averb. You went to the best shoe store. The best
Exactly. They're like, man, shut your ass up, bro. Like, I'm glad he went off on him like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad the angle he took with it, because normally it would be like a calm family. Like
Yeah.
that nigga was like, nah, nigga, you out here doing cocaine, nigga.
It's like, nigga, that nigga was like, how long? It was just like 3 years. Like, nigga, 3 years you been out here? Like, man, if you don't know your kid is doing cocaine after 3 years, man, it's like you're really out of touch with your family's life. But I mean, I get, as a father, I get kind of falling off, you know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like you go to work every day, you know, you are your husband as well. You got more than one kid, you know what I mean? So it's just
Yeah.
like you're bound to slip up. You're human, you know.
It's
But it's
hella
like,
shit going on.
oh
But
man,
but it was just like I just felt him on that, because then while he's talking to him, here's fucking Aunt Viv ass, oh, calm down. But you just gave me that same fucking speech earlier. Like, fuck both of y'all. Fuck you and you. How about we'll see how y'all do when I move out this motherfucker.
right? But
I
shit,
got the lawyer bitch like, you know that. You know she like that nigga accepted that dinner invitation.
yeah, that nigga, he think he's slick. Like Uncle Phil ain't slick, man. Uncle Phil, he's like holier than thou, kind of. But I know that type of nigga is just like, okay, I know what this girl wants. You know,
And
what
he
I
knows
mean?
what she wants.
I'm gonna accept this dinner from her. Like, so when she kissed him that one time when they were celebrating, he was just like, "Hey, we can't do this or whatever." Something else gonna happen, man. You can't work with no woman that's on you like that. It's not gonna work out, bro. Not even like even if you're a man, of course you can stop a woman from you know going too far. You know what I mean? You're stronger than her, right? But at the same time, he gonna fall.
No, and Jeffrey saw it. That's why Jeffrey was like, "It ain't too late to get out of this deal." And then she
Jeffrey
came with
now,
that bottle. That nigga was looking like,
he not stupid.
"What are you doing, nigga?"
Like, nigga, you would have asked. I was like, that's crazy. You would have asked that once you still, and you gonna work with her every day, pretty much. So, and you accepting dinners when you and your wife going through something. I was like, that's
And
just
she just kissed you.
yeah. And he ain't gonna tell either. You think
No,
he gonna say something? You think he'll be
hell
like,
no.
man, she kissed me one time. That's not. I, I think some women will consider that cheating. I'm gonna keep it real. Not just the
What do you mean
kiss,
consider that was cheating?
not just the kiss, right? Because he didn't really kiss her, but it's just like the fact that he's not telling her and those things are happening. That's going to be the part that Vivian's going to have a problem with. It's like, so you didn't tell me that she kissed you?
No, it's different. It's different when it's a physical like contact. If she sent you a message or said something out of line, and you just like, nah, man, chill out with that shit. That's not cheating. But
Right.
you hugged her, she kissed you like on your lips. She kissed you, and you don't say shit. But then you still like going to dinner don't got shit to do with you working together.
Right.
That don't got shit to do with that. Nigga, that now that kiss has become cheating.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you don't say nothing. But anyway, shit, Phil about to get told off at some point next season. Pretty much
move out too.
Pretty much Phil and Doc first, you know, I mean, he wasn't fucking with him because Will, I mean, he found out all that stuff about Will and him taking money off the top. And, you know, he finally decided after Will told him, you know, well, they had a meeting with some of the players, and the players was like, you know, Doc did this for me. He helped my mom out. He paid rent one time. You know, he's a good dude. You know what I mean? He getting his or whatever. He's pretty much doing what the colleges would do, or, you know, or the agents would do, right? But he's doing it, you know, and helping the kids at the same time versus like taking their money.
Right.
You know, so pretty much Doc asks Phil like, yo, I need you to help me out of this deal. I need you to do some gangster shit, pretty much, he told him.
Yeah, your type of gangster shit.
Right. You know what I mean? So he gets him out of he gets Lorenzo, which is Doc's partner, to sign the contract, like, you know, pretty much getting him out of the business. Like,
he bought him out.
Right, pretty much. So that's kind of wrapping up the Doc situation. And, you know, I think Will he's pretty much back on the team, and he wanted to help his Bel-Air team by running a scrimmage against them so they can be better for their team or whatever. So
do you think that's the end of Doc and the Zephyr shit? Or
I don't,
you think Will's still gonna play for him?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking that Will's going to end up playing for Bel-Air at some point too.
No, Bel-Air for sure. I'm saying, do you think he's gonna do both, or is it like that's the door's closed on that?
Yeah, ain't no telling, bro. The way that he set everything up with Doc, I think he's back on. I think he was already back on the team because he was running against his old team with Doc's team.
Yeah, but that wasn't
I mean,
official.
it wasn't official, no, yeah, but so I'm not even 100% sure they even wrapped that up, you know. So we'll see next season.
Yeah, we'll see. And then because it has to be an issue with Lisa and the other girl. There got to be an issue there.
Yeah, absolutely. It ain't over for them. Yeah. I think that is it. Other than the big speech that Carlton gives, I mean, of course, we already talked about hemming up
Lisa,
not Lisa, but Ashley.
Ashley,
yeah. Carlton pretty much tells the family that he's a drug addict. You know, that was the big scene. We already talked about what happened afterwards with the father, but that was it. They ended.
They let it be known that next season is going to be summertime in Bel-Air.
That's all I was about to say. They ended it off with the whole, like, you know, how summertime in Bel-Air. Like, pretty much it's gonna be some more drama happening.
Right.
Yeah, and they put Will Smith's summertime in the background. You know, it was only fitting, I guess. So that's pretty much it. That's the wrap up.
Right.
The end of the season.
I think we're going to review it. We ain't gonna I didn't want to stop reviewing them. But Brian wasn't fucking with y'all not watching this shit. So I feel like next season we're just gonna review it all the way through.
I just didn't feel like people was watching shit. I was like, you got one video that's getting a certain amount of like people actually watching, the other videos like nobody watching. It was like, all right, well, shit. What's the point? What's the point of putting it out? So, but we still watch the show. Like I watch the show like every episode. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It can be reviewed. So
yeah,
if you fuck with the wrap up, you know, shit. Let us know if we missed something in the wrap up because we did the recaps up to 5.
Right. And we fully watched every episode, but it's like once you watch it, you don't really hang on to what you saw. Right. So it wasn't like if we were reviewing it week to week, you'd got more detail. But shit, we went off what we remembered.
Yeah, so let us know if we missed something, some talking points, or if you want us just to recap episodes individually. But I don't know if Lamar gonna want to do that either.
And I ain't with that shit.
I saw it in the look in your face. It was like,
like nigga, I'm not finna go back and do it. It's over. This shit is over.
It is over. We did the wrap up, so you know if we missed something, it's because it's old.
Pretty much. So like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back. We everywhere if you there. Peace out.
Pieces.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.